I feel like it's cowardice to be in a relationship with someone and think you want to build with them, and then all of a sudden you can't have them have access to your money. It really doesn't make sense. Think of how many things this person has access to. Your toothbrush, which is horrendous. You don't know what they do with your toothbrush when you're not there.
Oh my god! And you ask yourself this.
I'm just saying, like, how do you become afraid to share a bank account when you're sharing Western bank account? Welcome back to the channel. We're back again with another video, and actually today we're celebrating 100 subscribers. We are actually at 101 as we record this video. So we'd like to say thank you guys, and we got ourselves a little something to toast. So here's to 100 subscribers. To 100 subscribers. Yeah. All right, so my funny wife.
And to more.
Oh, and to more, yeah. So my funny wife, she's funny. So she just told me why we have to actually look each other in the eyes when we toast. Wow, I didn't know this.
Really?
Would you like to tell?
I mean, they should just Google.
You don't.
No, they should just
I tell
Google.
her? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, she's embarrassed, so I won't tell you because obviously it will make you uncomfortable. But anyway, you can Google.
Yeah, why you should look each other in the eyes when you have
toast,
when you're making a toast.
Okay, so today we are going to talk about something that has to do with marriages, right? So this other day I was reading an article online, and it was talking about financial infidelity in marriages, and it said financial infidelity is one of the biggest reasons why people divorce, and it is worse than cheating on your partner. And I got interested, what is this financial infidelity? And I went in. Simply put, financial infidelity is when spouses are not being transparent and honest when it comes to money with their other half. So it is simply that, getting loans without consulting your spouse, and hiding money, lying about how much you earn, lying about whether you have money or not, things like that. This is financial infidelity. Or going out and spending money on your family without letting your wife know, on your friends without letting your wife know, or even on your side dish, such things. But anyway, that one now is even more complex because now it involves an extra relationship. So yeah, that's what we're talking about today.
I think you have said a lot of things that I wanted to say, but also I was reading a book and it said exactly the same thing, not in exact words, but the context was similar. It said that a lot of couples are actually having divorces and separating because of dishonesty in their finances. And financial infidelity is one of the lead causes of unhappiness and untrustworthiness and sadness in marriages. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I have two things that I took away, or that I actually built in my mind as I was going through the article. How many do you have?
I have two.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so it seems we have four things to talk about when it comes to financial infidelity. So yeah, I've got two, and communication is one of them, which is quite important, because if communication is not key, or is not something that you take seriously in a relationship, there are problems that will follow. Now, you have to be able to talk about money in a relationship. You have to formulate money goals together, because we are individuals. I have my goals, she has her goals, but we need to have goals for the family. And these goals for the family could cater for both our goals in a way. Okay, so we have to communicate to get to that point. And we have to actually talk about money, because talking about money is so important. That's where you get to learn about your partner's desires and things they would like to achieve in life. And so communication will help you see the direction that they're trying to get to go to, and they'll also understand your direction. And so you could come together and go to the same place, right? So communication is very important in also helping partners understand that their money is theirs together. So the money I make is not just my money. The money she makes is not just her money, it's our money. And this money concept helps a lot because now that you have common goals and you're working towards the same thing, it only makes sense to have common goals and work on them together. So if you understand that your money is yours together, it becomes quite easy to work towards these goals. So that was my take on how important communication is and how it could help you protect your marriage against financial infidelity.
I think that is so profound. It's very important to communicate. Communication, I think, is just the solution to a lot of problems that we may come across in marriages and friendships.
Yeah.
We
Family,
just everything. We just need to
everything.
communicate. Yeah. My point is on having a budget together.
Oh, okay.
You know, you've raised an important point of communication. And if you're good at communicating, if you guys talk about things, then why not draw up a budget together as a family where you will say, hey, babe, I need this and that and that. And then it has to go on the budget. My husband will say, hey, I need to do this and that and that. Then we know how much money are we spending?
How much are we even in?
How much money are we earning? What can we afford? Yeah. You know? So if we budget together, then it would make things a lot more easier for our family. Yeah.
Wow, I resonate a lot with that. Because also I believe in budgeting. So budgeting together, wow, that is a strong one. And I think it ties well with communicating because to find out the goals of your spouse and formulating goals together will lead straight to budgeting together because now you have common goals, right? Yeah. Oh, okay. So my second point that I think is quite important is that married couples should have joint accounts. I know this is a hot one. I mean, a lot of people will chase me for this one, but it is quite important to have a joint account and pool your funds together. I don't know. Think of it. Your salary on your own, how strong can it be compared to two salaries together? Regardless of how little the other salary is, or how big yours is, or whatever the case may be. But two incomes pulled together is more money. So just imagine having just your money or your income and thinking you're not strong enough, to do good things or to do great things in life. But people earning money and bringing the money together, that really has more financial power. So pulling your funds is good for that. And also it helps in aligning your goals and your actions because now you can just take money out of the account and spend on whatever because already you've communicated, you've formulated goals, you have drawn up a budget together, and now you have an account together. And so everything ties in quite well. It's like a chain. So it's a link and a link and a link and a link. And so this is how I see a joint account helping you because also it'll keep you grounded. Even those who are, spontaneous spenders will curb this because now you know that if you spend, your partner is going to see that you bought something. And now you have to answer for that because you have to account for that. So also it helps with accountability. So there's just too many positives, right? Because also I feel like it's cowardice to be in a relationship with someone and think you want to build with them, and then all of a sudden you can't have them have access to your money. It really doesn't make sense. Think of how many things this person has access to. Your toothbrush, which is horrendous. You don't know what they do with your toothbrush when you're not there.
Oh my god! And you ask yourself this.
I'm just saying, like how do you become afraid to share a bank account when you're sharing Western bank account?
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Exactly. I mean, she cooks for the family. She could poison you, man. It's being a coward to be afraid to, pull your money together and gain strength. Yeah. So it's something that I'm very passionate about it, as you can see.
I can see the passion and I can feel it.
It simply makes sense to come together. Remember also the Bible says, come together in marriage and then you are
one.
So how do you become one in everything else?
You separate.
Yeah. And separate money. Doesn't make sense to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this leads me to my second point. I think that would be like the fourth tip.
Yeah.
And mine says we have to have separate discretionary spending accounts.
What is that now? I just talked about joint.
Come on. As much as we are married, we are still individuals. Of course. So now imagine we've communicated, we have drawn a budget together, we have a joint account. We don't need to suffocate in this.
Do I suffocate you, love?
We're not suffocating this for the reason that we have our own. Yes, we do everything together. But now I don't want my husband to know that I am planning something for him. I don't want it to show in the budget. And so if we say, okay, baby, in our budget, let's have separate, amounts of money. Mind you, the amounts of money should be equal. There has to be a balance in the
child. Why should it be equal? I mean, I'm the man. Shouldn't I get more?
Listen, for fairness. Oh. Yes. Okay. It has to be fair.
But is it fair if someone is making more and they're getting the same amount of money?
But two shall become one. Whatever amount of money, if you make 2x and I make x and then we combine the x, it's now ours. It's no longer my money. Yeah. My money, it's our money, and we have to share our money equally when it comes to discretionary spending in everything and anything. Yeah, so we have to have separate accounts so that, there are those things that you would want to do and your partner doesn't know. For example, I want to get him a gift. For example, I want to plan something for him, or just some random spending because I'm spontaneous.
I think I'm liking this discretionary spending thing. It feels like it's all about me when she explains it. But I'm thinking, even for things she wants to do for herself,
of course,
like going out with her friends, or actually buying things that she wants.
My best friend's birthday presents, on the budget.
That are not necessarily on our budget or have nothing to do with the family. But I think some people will think this encourages people to still go and become dishonest, and that is not it. In a marriage, as much as you are one, you're still individuals. There's still that part where you need to be alone and do things on your own. Nothing mischievous. Nothing mischievous, because people could misconstrue this and now think it's for doing things that are out of hand. No, nothing out of hand. Because I feel like we are adults, we are adults, we know what's good, we know what's bad. And infidelity in general, it will not work well for you in a marriage. That's if you value the marriage that you find yourself in. If you really value the person you're with, you wouldn't want to jeopardize it in any way, you see. So I don't think this should be seen as a way to just now go become naughty and buy girls' shorts at the club or whatever. Nothing like that. Or maybe buy boys
shorts
at the whatever, man. It's not about that. It's about you still having that individuality and not feeling suffocated. You still need to have that leeway and be able to spend for other people, maybe your parents, your friends, your relatives, whatever it is. But also the money must be equal. No one should take more than the other. I think I like it.
Yeah. You wrapped it up, and that's it. Basically, communication, budget together, joint account, and separate discretionary spending accounts.
So you're still individuals.
That's it.
You're one, but still individual.
Yes, sometimes you need a solo date. So
what is a solo date? You just go and eat alone.
Yes.
I would never eat alone. Not me. Anyway, so that's it, guys. If you find this content that we share with you guys helpful and informative, we would love for you to, subscribe if you haven't. And we'd like to recommend that you click the like button and leave a comment, as that helps in growing our channel. So once again, we thank those who have actually subscribed. We have 101 subscribers as we record. It's quite exciting for us, and we look forward to growing the channel some more. So here is to
the channel growing.
The channel growing. Yeah, you didn't look at me. Okay.
Never. I don't want it. Imagine 10 years.
Yeah.
You just Google. I think a lot of people know this. Maybe
Mhm.
you're the only one who didn't know.
Yeah, I live on the rock. So,
Okay.
All
See
right.
you.
Bye.
Ciao.